Hi, I hope this video finds you safe and ready to get started with the new school year. I know that I'm ready. I'm ready to see all of your faces, those that I have seen before and those that I'm getting ready to meet for the very first time. For those of you that do not know me, I'm originally from North Carolina, moved down here about 5 years ago with my husband. We live on a farm in Fort Ogden, so not too far from here. Um, and as far as agriculture goes, it's always been a huge part of my life. I have 3 different degrees from North Carolina State University, all of which have something to do with agriculture. And really, that's the only thing that I've ever done as far as a career goes. I've been a veterinary technician for almost 10 years now, and that falls under the agriculture realm. So for those of you that are interested in vet assisting, that is one of the classes that I offer, and that does fall under the agriculture umbrella. Um, some other jobs that I've done, I worked for NC State University and for UF as an extension agent for livestock and agriculture. So those are the things that I've done before I got here, and now I'm your ag teacher and FFA advisor. As far as open house stuff goes, everything that you need to prepare for my class and get ready before the first day of school is on my website. So if you're watching this video, you obviously know where my website is. And then if you look over on the left-hand side, there's a list that has classroom expectations and supplies. The classroom expectations are pretty similar across the board, no matter which class it is of mine that you take. I want you to be respectful and courteous to those around you. I want you to be on time and prepared. So whenever you get in here, I don't want you to spend 15 minutes fumbling in your book bag trying to find a pencil or trying to borrow one from someone. Those things are things that you should have with you and have ready whenever class starts. Another big thing, and I think most students have the most problem with this, is I do not allow phones in my classroom. So once you come in, there will be a sleeve holder on the back wall. You either put your phone in there in the number that's assigned to you, or it stays in your book bag that stays on the floor and it doesn't come out. The only time that I want to see your phone out is if I give you explicit permission to do so. So don't let that be a problem for you. Another thing that's a little bit different in my class than maybe some others that you've had before is in this class you will be going out to the land lab. And what the land lab is a 5-acre working farm that's across the road from the middle school. So we will be walking out there about once a week in each of the classes. Over there, depending on which class you're in, you'll be working in the greenhouse, planting in raised beds, taking care of animals, pulling weeds, helping build fence, vaccinate cows. It just depends on what class it is that you're taking as to what you'll be doing out there. And with the outside comes things that bite or sting or that you're allergic to. So I want you to be prepared whenever we go out there. Closed-toed shoes are required no matter what barn day it is that we go out, no matter what we're doing. I don't want you to drop something on your foot. I don't want you to stand in an ant bed and get ants on your feet because you're wearing flip-flops. So proper attire is definitely a must. For those of you that are going to be in vet assisting, scrubs on days that we go out there are okay. For those of you that are not in vet assisting, you're more than welcome to wear scrubs if that's what you would like. But I recommend just some long pants to protect your legs from the grass and other things like that, and then closed-toed shoes. I will also have some gloves for you if you cannot purchase gloves, but I really would like for all of you, if you can, to try to have your own pair of just gardening gloves or light work gloves to bring with you, and you can keep them in your book bag or over at the barn if you want, just to protect your hands from pulling weeds and briars and shovels and whatever it is that you're going to be working with. As far as supply lists go, all of the classes have a little bit different needs depending on which one it is that you're in. So those lists are underneath the classroom expectations. If you have any questions about classroom expectations or the supply list, please feel free to send me an email, give me a phone call. I don't know if y'all have Remind set up yet or not, but that's always an option, especially if you've had me before, then you probably still have me on Remind. And then if you have any questions about the class structure, about the grading, what the class entails, the pathway that the class falls in, any of those things, all of the syllabus for all of the classes are listed over on the left-hand side. So just choose the class that you're in, and it will outline everything that the class entails. All of the vet classes are honors weighted classes. Animal science is not. So just depending on which class you're in, it may be honors weighted, it may not be. So expect a little bit different rigor in that class versus the others that are not honors weighted. For Vet 3-4, one of the big things that I want you to make sure that you know is you need to have safe, reliable transportation every day to and from the clinic. It's extremely important because none of the clinics that I have are within walking distance. So if you are out in the vet clinic, then make sure that transportation is something that you have. As far as other things general for the class, everything is outlined in the syllabus. And again, if you can't find something in there, please let me know. One thing that I do want to make sure that everyone is aware of is the very last page of the syllabus is just for you to tell me a little bit about yourself. Since we do have that barn component to this class, it's important for me to know if you have any physical issues with walking over there. It is hot. It can be a long walk. We do cross the road, and once we get over there, there's lots of things that a lot of people are allergic to. So if you are allergic to anything, make sure that you let me know. And if you have an EpiPen that you have to have, or if it's just a mild allergy, if I need to keep you away from something, make sure that I know that in advance so that we don't have to, so that we can curb that situation before it happens rather than dealing with it because we didn't know about it. So definitely, if there's anything about yourself that you or your parents think I should know, please list that on that last page of the syllabus and get that back to me the first week of school. Another thing that's general across the board for all of the classes is FFA. I'm the ag teacher, but also the FFA advisor, and that's the club that goes along with all of the agriculture classes. FFA is an agriculture-based club, but it's not just showing animals at the fair. There's lots of other things that it involves and that you can do through FFA. It is a leadership and skills development based club. So it is one of those clubs that tries to build your character, build your leadership skills so that you have those qualities needed, whether you're going into the job force or whether you're going on to college after high school. So trying to prepare you for your life after high school as much as possible and get you as comfortable with going those next steps as it can be. If any of you have any questions about FFA, it's a kind of hard thing to explain if you don't really understand what it is, but I'm more than happy to sit down with you and go over any questions that you have. For FFA, there are $30 of dues. That $30 pays for your chapter level, which would be for the Charlotte High School chapter, which is us. It would pay for the state and it pays for national. So you pay $30 to me, and then I send out the state and national level dues, and then you're a member of all three. So if you want to compete, do any competitions, any leadership trainings, anything at any of those levels, then you are a member of all three. So you're free to do as you wish within the FFA organization, no matter what level it is that you're thinking about. Really, I think that about covers everything that you may find in the syllabus, all of my classroom expectations, and the supply lists. If any of you have any questions at any point, I'm more than happy to sit down with you and discuss them. You can call me or send me an email, and I can't wait to see you all soon. Rest up for the last few days that you have, and we'll all be back here very soon together.